me introduce your host, Fino and Sasha the Legit King.
It's the start of the show, time to walk through the smoke. When I enter the ring, I jump over the ropes. I feel like Mysterio, I ain't no joke. Titles, I held them both, call me Chris Jericho. Time to cash in my money in the bank. Just like Sheamus when he beat Roman Reigns. Meet me in the cage, like Undertaker when he met Kane. I don't play games, I'm no Triple H. The crowd screaming, you rock like my name's Dwayne. The crowd screaming, you suck like your Kurt Angle. In the ring, I'm the boss just like Sasha Banks. So you'll get whipped like the intro from Sable. King of my stable, don't matter the label. Smackdown or Raw, you get put through a table. Pushed off a ladder or choked with a cable. Throw me a chair, I'ma give him a facial. It's the start of the show, time to walk through the smoke. When I enter the ring, I jump over the ropes.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Wrestling Podcast known as Ring Champs. I am one of your hosts. It's your boy, Just Fino. And of course, I'm here with my co-host, the one and only Sasha, the Legit King. Sasha, say what's up to the people.
What's up, people? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you guys. Happy New Year to you, Sasha. Oh, man, what a wonderful year to start off. What a wonderful year it's been so far. Oh my God. The greatest news came out today. Well, actually came out yesterday. At least that's when I saw it. But before I bring that up, because that's making my day. Trust me, that made my day when I saw this. Sasha, we're on season 2.
I know.
Season 2. Oh my God.
It's crazy, right? Like, we just got the band back together. We did a whole season, and now look, new year, new us. Check that out.
Oh my God, we're here. This is the season premiere. That means we gotta hype this up. We gotta go in. This is the season debut. This is our re-debut. This is everything. We about to
let you handle the hype.
I'm ready. I'm fully energized now. You know, I took a nap. I am good to go. I had to be well rested for this episode because I feel like I'm about to drop some heat.
Oh, good Lord. Gonna start us off, huh?
Yeah. And
get the legal department on the phone.
You might have to. You might. But then you also might start. If you thought I worked for WWE before.
I mean, I had a strong inkling.
I'm just gonna say you might think so after what I say in this episode. That's all I'm gonna say. Because when it all comes true, I mean, either I don't know, Triple H might be my roommate or something, or because I'm just gonna be leaking news.
I mean, that wouldn't be the most shocking thing from Triple H I heard this week. Because when I saw that he tweeted Shannon Sharp, I was like, he listens to Unkin Ocho, so like that would not be the most shocking thing that I've heard.
Wait, what?
Yes, you didn't know that?
What did he say?
He said that he's like welcome to come to WWE. So context, there was like a clip that I saw first on Twitter. He was doing Nightcap, and he does one with Chad Ochocinco, and then he does one with what's his name, Gilbert Arenas. Is that his name? Okay, yeah.
Shout out to Gilbert Arenas and Guild Arenas. That's one of my favorite shows right now. But go ahead.
Yeah, okay. I'm not a big basketball person, but I thought that's what his name was. But anyway, so I didn't listen to that episode, but the clip was Shannon asking Gil if he was a wrestling fan. And he said, yeah. And then like Shannon started like talking about all the wrestling he watched, like, and he very knowledgeable. Like he really was a wrestling fan. It's crazy.
Okay, Shannon.
Yeah. So then Triple H like tweeted him back and invited him and everything like that, and tagged Nightcap and everything. So I was like, oh, look at that.
Okay, yo, shout out to Club Shay Shay. You know
Yes.
what I mean? Gotta love
So
that.
when you mentioned Triple H, I'm like, if somehow you two are in cahoots, that would not be the most shocking thing that I ever heard this week. I would have to give that to him and Shay
How
Shay.
did I miss this?
It's on.
I mean, it must have been, overlooked, overshadowed, because, I mean, obviously the bomb that was on Club Shay Shay with Cat Williams. So,
yeah,
I've been watching nothing but Cat Williams videos all week. A lot of you.
It's funny. And I know our listeners are probably like, oh my gosh, I thought they can get away from this Cat Williams interview. But I'll only say this one thing. Like, I subscribe to Club Shay Shay, so I get the notification, and like, I think I got the notification like in the middle of the night, and I just, sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and I saw it, and I was like, oh, that should be a good interview. I'll do it in the morning. I had no idea.
He brought some fire.
I had no idea. I said it's the first damn week of the year. Like, yo.
Okay.
Okay.
That was like Dark Side of the Ring. He was just bringing out all the stuff. I was like, whoa, okay, Cat.
But
that was awesome though. Wow.
So yeah, go look for it. It's on. I think I retweeted it on my Twitter page, and then like it's on Instagram. I think you have to look for like it's either Nightcap, whatever the Instagram page is for Nightcap, but it's there. Or you can just look up Triple H because he retweeted it. So
I'm gonna definitely look that up because that's awesome. I did not see that. Okay. Woo!
Yeah, legit. Yeah.
That's awesome. That is really awesome. But look, Sasha, did you hear the all right, this is gonna sound bad, okay? But it's really awesome news for me and for anyone, honestly. But the breaking news about Cora Jade.
I think I know where you're going with this.
Cora Jade is now back on the market. Let's go,
oh
baby.
My gosh, whatever. Let's
go.
Okay.
Woo.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. That was awesome. When I saw that, I was like, oh yes, this is gonna be a great year.
Oh my goodness.
Great year.
Really?
I'm sorry, Braun, but you fumbled the bag on that one, man.
Let's try to maintain some of our journalistic integrity.
Look, I don't know the details. I'm not reporting anything that's false. I'm just saying they deleted all their pictures on both of their things. They unfollowed. I'm just saying. I don't know who fumbled what, but I just know they're not together. So I'm gonna blame him for now. Until he comes out and say she crazy.
I feel like even if he did, that probably wouldn't stop you.
You know what though? It probably wouldn't.
Yep.
That's Cora Jade.
Yep.
That's cool. I might have to suck that up for a little bit and just accept crazy, if that's true.
My goodness.
I can always see a therapist to deal with it,
I mean, we have some in the podcast budget, maybe, but right now, I guess I'm your therapist. And I would advise you to let's get to the quick shits.
All right, fine. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got a good episode today. Obviously, after a hot start, we got some more great topics. We got some quick shits for you guys to talk about. And these are some really good ones because, not only has wrestling so far this week have been crazy, okay? I feel like it's just been bomb after bomb. Every day there's like something new, like some type of bomb going on. So it really all started on Monday night. So that was what the second? No, it was the first.
No, it was the first. Day one. Yeah.
Day one. I mean, let's just say, well, first off, let's give major claps and props, okay? Let's give some flowers to Jinder Mahal. Because
Yes.
Jinder had one of the best promos, not only of the night, probably the best promo of the night, to be honest. I could throw that out there. But of his career, for sure. He definitely needs some spot after that promo. But unfortunately for him, my boy, the GOAT, my one of my favorite people of all time, the first ballot Hall of Famer in the Ring Champs Hall of Fame class, The Rock, showed up at day one, surprised the world, and he tore down Jinder Mahal for sure. But then he said something, Sasha, that I don't think anyone expected him to say. And it just, I didn't know where it was going first when he started.
Mm-hmm.
But when he finished, oh my God, the world, I swear, just like everyone just went crazy. Even non-wrestling fans knew what he was talking about. And what I am talking about is The Rock said, you know, he's hungry after the show. Said he goes sit at a booth. Or should he go sit at a bar? Everyone loves the bar. But or should he sit at the head of the table? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. He's coming after him. Oh no. Yes and no at the same time. The great one brought up Roman on WWE Raw. Monday Night Raw. Oh my God. Sasha, take over. Oh my God. I can't say right. I need a little. Give me your thoughts.
I'm about to go sit down and have a drink of water. Yeah, when he said it, I mean, looking back now, probably should have saw that coming, but still, he's been on the program before. He hasn't really referenced Roman, and then this happens. I don't know. Like, maybe I should have probably let you go first because we talked about this before, and I asked you, do you think it's too late for this? And obviously, I mean, people want to see it, judging by him just saying that and them being so excited. But, like, within the story, like, is this really going... First of all, is this really going to happen?
Yes.
Second of all, is this the right time for it to happen? Like, are we sure this is not too late? Like, in just hindsight, because you have a lot going on right now. We found out on Friday there's going to be a fatal 4-way at the Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Rumble itself is taking place. So, you know, depends on who wins that, who's going to challenge either Roman or Seth. And then you have not only people waiting in the wings, like, no matter what you say, I understand that it's like a lock for Jimmy and Jay at WrestleMania. I don't know how they're going to get there, but I'm sure they'll start working on it soon. But I mean, Jay has a pinfall victory over Roman, and then the obvious big question mark is Cody. You know, finishing the story. You got Punk in the background. Like, you have a lot of stuff that's kind of weighing in the background. Like, are we really going to try to fit The Rock in? And then people are like, oh, it's going to be Elimination Chamber. That's what, next month, right?
Yeah, it's February 24th. If I
right. So that's about 5-6 weeks from now, right?
A
little less. So, yeah.
No, it's way more than that. That's about 7 weeks from now.
Yeah, so I don't know. I have mixed feelings about this. I'm not gonna lie and say that, like, it wouldn't pop a big rating, it wouldn't be a big draw, but then it's like, logic says the only way to really get out of this is that Roman has to beat The Rock, right? I would assume.
Yes.
So,
and it's 8 weeks from now.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. Like I said, it's going to be a big deal because it's The Rock and Roman Reigns. But I wish it had happened a little earlier. Like, I wish, because now it kind of takes away, not maybe take away, but it's like The Rock's not going to win. Roman's just going to win again, and then we're going to go to WrestleMania. I don't know.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna tell you this. So I get what you're saying, but I think that Roman needed it now, probably even more than before. Even though he was gonna win it both ways, and I think a lot of people knew he would win it either way.
I'm going to kind of like reinvigorate some of the luster that the bloodline has lost. Is that why they're doing it now?
Yes.
Okay.
Because we all know that the bloodline story has been hot for the last 3, almost 4 years, right? Mm-hmm. But it fizzled out really when Jay left. Once Jay left after SummerSlam, it really just ended. It cooled off. They had little moments with Solo and Cena and all that, but it wasn't the same. And then, of course, with Roman not being there and taking time off, it slowed everything down. So how do you get Roman and the bloodline story back going? How do you do that? Well, the only way to do it is you got to have, something to juice it up.
Yeah.
Spice things up a little bit. And what is the only thing left in the bloodline story that we have not got? It's The Rock. Yeah. Now, I'm going to pose a scenario later on, because in this episode, our main topic is we're previewing 2024, right? I'm going to pose my prediction of the rest of the year. It definitely includes this. I'm a little upset because I have 2 versions. I have what they're going to do, and then I have what I would want them to do.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna give my full answer right now, but I just, as far as just the topic for, talking about how this moment, I guess, The Rock's, it was one of the best things that could have happened. And what a way to start off the year. Because
yeah, no doubt. I mean, it definitely, sparked an interest. And like I said, when he said the head of the table, it was just like everybody's head blew off. Which, I mean, it was a clever line. I just want to see how they're gonna do it.
I think I know how. I'm gonna lay it all out for you later on in this episode. I promise you, people.
I'm waiting with bated breath.
Because when I'm just gonna tell you. Actually, I think I texted you because you asked me like about the preview, and I said I wrote out like the entire card of WrestleMania the way I would do it. And I'm gonna tell you what I put in my WrestleMania, and you can't tell me that it's not the greatest WrestleMania of all time.
We shall see. Guys, viewers, I'm hearing this. When you guys hear this for the first time, that'll be the first time I'm hearing it. So
this is what I would do. Now,
we'll all be surprised together.
That's not going to happen now because of the Rock situation.
Right.
But it's okay. I think it'll be awesome. All right, so let's go on to the next quick shit. All right. The next one we got, people, is Sasha, where the hell are you going?
Surely not me.
Oh, it wasn't you. My bad. I have the wrong notes written down. Sorry. I wrote Sasha King. Sorry. Sasha Banks or Mercedes Mone. Where the hell are you going? The people want to know. Every day there's a new report saying that she's WWE bound. Oh, she's 90% AEW bound. It's already done. Blah blah blah. TNA. XVW, VCW, I don't know. Where the hell is Sasha going? I need to know, people, because my entire WrestleMania card could be, well, it's not even ruins either way. I fixed it where it's Sasha proof. So whether she's there or not, it's Sasha proof. But still, it would be so much better if she's there. But I have no idea where she's going. Sasha, tell me something. Do you have any news? Come on, Sasha Connect Psycho?
like Wonder Twins activate.
Yeah, I mean, give me something, people, please. I need to know.
I mean, I can't confirm what she's doing, but I can give you my opinion.
Give me something.
Okay. This is. I feel like this is the same thing every time we talk about the AEW Women's Division. And you know what? I'm not even gonna go completely down that road. If she does decide to come to AEW, I would just hope that Tony Khan sees she's a huge get, no matter what, because I see that she's a very polarizing figure on the internet.
Money.
I see it. Yeah. So, but money. I don't think, and I'm gonna call her Sasha Banks. I understand she's Mercedes Mone, but just again, that's just how I know her. Majority of Sasha Banks. I remember when she did that interview with Stone Cold on the Broken Skull Ranch, and people kept using that clip of when she said, you know, how she's very confident in herself.
Yeah.
And I noticed a lot of people seemed bothered by that, of how confident she was. I don't know her personally. I do feel like she's very passionate about what she does.
Mm-hmm.
And this might ruffle some feathers, but I feel like I can speak on this as a female. I feel like there's some ways, if a woman is very passionate and confident about who she is, that can seem threatening, or it just seems like she should be grateful for everything she's getting. It should be. And I remember a quote that Edge said. He's like, if you want to be, you know, a star in this business, sometimes you got to be a little bit of an asshole. And I'm not calling her an asshole, but I think the context was you might have to be deemed unlikable by some people because you have to believe in yourself. And some people just aren't. As much as people say, oh, believe in yourself, be confident, if you do that, especially as a woman, people don't like that.
Yeah, I was going to say, it probably feels like that doesn't apply to women, that statement.
So in doing that, I feel like she's a big deal. I say that all to say that if Tony Khan brings her up, this is a major get. No matter how much people feel about her outside of the ring or inside, she's one of the greatest. She's going to go down as one of the greatest, whether you like her or not. She's very capable in the ring. She's confident. Like, wrestling is what she does. So if Tony's going to bring her in and rumored to pay her a buku amount of money, they're going to have to get their shit together with that women's division. I'm not saying it's anything against the women, but how you present them has to improve. You cannot bring in somebody like that and be up to the same old foolishness. You're bringing her in, you got to step it up. You have to make that women's division up to the same level in order to justify bringing her in. Otherwise, you're just wasting her. You're just wasting her. You're wasting all that money. And for all intents and purposes, and it sounds crazy, especially no one's offering me millions of dollars to wrestle. But I would want to believe that if you're offering her all that money, you're also offering her an opportunity to succeed and be great and to elevate and build not only herself, but the women's division. If you're not going to give her that and just give her money, I don't see that working out. Look at CM Punk. I know they didn't pay CM Punk pennies. And call it what you want about how he is or whatever. That was not enough. The money was just not enough to deal with all the craziness. If Tony's going to bring her in, they have to do better with that women's division. Personally, I think WWE probably would have been better, but if they're not going to give her what she's worth, fine, whatever. But I would counter that women's division WWE is stronger than AEW. And especially with Vince and them not being there anymore and Triple H being there and then the other rumored return in the women's division. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they can atone for that mess that happened last year with her and Naomi. Maybe, but wherever she goes, they have to treat her like a big deal. They got to step it up because she's a game changer. So
Yeah,
I would personally like to see WWE, but if AEW gets her, then they got to come with it.
you know, I gotta give Tony some props a little bit. I think that he has at least started to give the women over there in AEW more opportunities. He obviously needs to do a way better job, but I think he's starting to. You're starting to see some. I mean, he just signed Deonna Purrazzo from TNA, and so that's a good signing because she's really good in the ring. Not a big fan of her on the mic or whatever, but in the ring, I know she can go. And I like that move. I like the things they're doing with Toni Storm over there. What they're doing with Julia Hart and Sky Blue. Like, I feel like those three have been getting a big, they're getting a lot of screen time. But there's a lot of other women in that division that need more shine so you can build them up, to build the division as a whole. I think if Sasha was to go there, my only thing is similar to what you said. They got to step their game up if you're going to bring her in. Because just having her there is not enough.
Yep.
Exactly. It's going to bring eyes to your product, don't get me wrong. But the thing is, how much eyes is that worth it? You're going to be spending so much money just for a couple of eyes to watch? Let's be honest, AEW fans are going to watch anyway, whether she's there or not. So you want to bring some of her fans over, possibly. It's a big deal if you're not building if you're not going to take advantage of the great athlete, great superstar that she is. I want her to come back to WWE, honestly. I think it's better for her because the opportunities is endless. She's not, in not Star Trek. God, sorry. She's not in Star Wars without WWE. Let's just be honest. It's Sasha Banks that got it. She's not going to get any of those other opportunities if she's not, mostly in the WWE where you're going to have eyes on. I mean, it's just like you started off early in the show. We got Triple H talking to Shannon Sharp.
It's just more it's like more mainstream opportunity, and they've been having a huge year last 2 years actually. It's been a boom. So
it's been booming, and everyone seems happier. I obviously can't speak for everyone in WWE, but for the most part, all I'm hearing is positivity. Everything seems better. The women's division is on fire. I mean, you can argue that the number one person in WWE over the last year was a female in Rhea Ripley. We just had our awards and talked about it. It's crazy. You got Becky. We haven't even brought up Jade.
That's true.
It's when she shows up. Oh my God.
And again, I mean, with Charlotte being out on, the next 9 months, SmackDown, they need people. They really do need people to move this on, because once Damage Control falls apart, it's going to be what's next? You got to have something for Bianca to do.
I mean, there's just so many routes that can go if she's in WWE. I think that's the better fit for her in the ring, outside the ring. I mean, I don't know what she's asking for. I mean, the rumor was out there she wants more than Charlotte or whatever. I mean, do I blame her? No, because in the NBA, and me being a sports guy, it's always, or just actually let's go football. This football is probably better for this because there's no max. It's what it is in football. You know, the one quarterback. So Sasha, your quarterback, you sign a deal for, let's say, $100 million. Well,
Right.
I'm next up. Well, I'm gonna ask for 120 or 150, and then the next person after me, when he signs his contract, he gonna want more than me, and then and just keeps going. So if she's doing something similar to that, well, let's say Charlotte asked for $5 million for 5 years or whatever, right? I don't blame Sasha for asking for $6 million or $7 million.
And I guess my question is, what would make them think she didn't deserve that?
I don't think it's not that she doesn't deserve it. It's more.
I mean, in
obviously they
comparison
got the
to
money, but I'm sure I don't know the budget limits.
No. I don't mean money, but I'm just saying, like, clearly, you know, like I said, if you're making that comparison to Charlotte, I mean, if you look at the grand scope of work, I mean, she should technically be up there.
No, yeah, she's on that level.
Like because people were just saying, like, her and Bayley were like one of the MVPs of the pandemic.
Yeah,
she was consistent. I mean, she had a couple breaks here and there, but I mean, so did Charlotte. But like, as far as like in ring prowess and everything, like, she was on that same level. Even when before she left, what her and Naomi did with the women's tag team division. I mean, if you really think about it, it's when her and Bayley were champs, and then when her and Naomi were champs.
Right.
Anytime she was a tag team champion, no disrespect to anybody else, but it just seemed like it leveled up those titles. Like, they were defending those titles just as much as the guy. Like, they were on every show, making every town. So
they were.
Yeah. And then when they left, it kind of just went back down again. So
I think that, I mean, she's a big get. She's a big star no matter where she goes. I think that, you know, she's going to make the best decision for her, obviously. I just hope that she sees what the WWE can do for her. She's already felt that. I don't know if AEW is going to give her she'll get treated like a star in AEW for sure. But I feel like there's a cap on that. Whereas
it kind of might be like when a lot of people go over from WWE to AEW. Like, it's a big deal at first.
Right.
And then it kind of fades off.
Because
they really haven't progressed further than that.
Right. It's the same thing with like Edge, or I feel like Edge went to AEW. You know, people watched, and then it fizzled out. You know, it's gonna have that type of effect because Edge going to AEW, I'm sure he got paid.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, we're talking about a Hall of Famer right there. So, you know, I don't know if she's gonna be making that money, but you know, is it going to be worth it for AEW if they're not already straight? That's going to be the problem, because she left a company that was for the most part straight at that time, and she still left, and because she was unhappy.
Yeah.
So going to a company that isn't straight to start off, I just don't know if that's the best thing for her. But you know. Obviously, she's one of my favorites. I'm gonna love her wherever she goes. I'm gonna watch, you know, whatever she does. If she does go to AEW, you know, I hope her first match is at Revolution, which is the event I'll be. You know, that's their next pay-per-view, and that's the show I'm going to. So I'll be able to see her live. I've never seen Sasha live, so you know, either way, I'll be happy. But I just wish she makes the right decision.
And to that too, you know, the rumors that, you know, WWE is open to working with other promotions. I mean, that could be something else to look forward to as well. Like, if she's not going to just be bound to WWE, maybe she can go over to Japan and work here and there. Like,
yeah,
they've done it. Carl Anderson's done it. Shinsuke's done it. Like,
Yeah, they did just AJPW just now. I think it's AJPW. I think that's the letters. Yeah, but they just said Dempsey over there, which is William Regal's son.
Mm-hmm.
He actually fought for a championship over there. So I have to watch that match. I gotta find it because I know that's going to be really good. But yeah, I mean, so they're definitely open to that. I think that some of the names that we'll jump to the next picture with this. Some of the names that are coming back home to WWE can open even more doors. So you got Andrade possibly coming back to WWE. That could open up the door for WWE and CMLL to work together, which is where Andrade started. That's where he started losing in Goblinet. I always fuck up how to pronounce it, but they have different. That's a big faction, not only in Mexico, but that was a big faction in Japan because they have a Japan version. In fact, the new IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Naito, he's the leader of the Japan version of that faction that Andrade started. But that can open those doors if they want to do that. You got Trinity, aka Naomi, potentially coming back to the company probably by the Royal Rumble. That would be awesome. Could that open up a door for them to possibly work with TNA? Because TNA, and shout out to TNA, by the way. I just want to take a quick break real quick and talk about TNA just for a second, please. Because they're going to release what their titles look like, all their championship belts, because they're now converting from Impact to back to TNA. Mm-hmm. They just showed the X Division title today, and oh my god, is that not the best looking title I've ever seen?
Now I gotta look it up.
It's just and the crazy thing, it's just the X Division title. Imagine what their main title is gonna look like. Oh my god, I think it's beautiful. But could that open up the door for them to work with TNA? Who, by the way, their programming, their TNA Plus, their WWE Network version is being produced. Well, not produced. It's being shown on Endeavor. Like they're using Endeavor to actually run it or whatever. Mm-hmm. So that's the company that owns WWE. So you can't tell me that they can't find a way to work together with that. Like the company that owns WWE is also working with TNA. So make the thing happen. That shit would be amazing. I know that was what a lot of people thought the rumor that Triple H was going to break. The news he was going to break last Thursday. But unfortunately that wasn't it. But it's possible. I mean, with Triple H, I think it's definitely possible. What do you think about all of these returns and then the possibilities and all that?
First of all, I'm looking at the belt now. It is quite a belt. It's quite something. No, I mean, I think I was a little surprised to see Trinity might go. I mean, I guess on one hand, I mean, it kind of makes sense. Maybe it's just easier with Jimmy to be on the road. Maybe, and again, they need star power on SmackDown. But I thought she was having a really good run in Impact. They were really treating her like a big deal. And I always felt like with her run in WWE, I always felt like that was a kind of a thing. Like she was always kind of treated like a background character. And once she went to Impact and kind of got to be the leader of the division, it gave her a chance to flourish. And I've been seeing her everywhere on Impact. So I would hope if they brought her back, it wouldn't just be to regulate her to the back again. I would hope that with her coming back, that she'd get to be, because whether you're a fan of hers or not, she's been there for a very long time. She's probably one of the most likable people. If you follow her on Twitter, her fans go hard for her. They love her. I don't hear anybody ever say anything bad about her. And she definitely has that personality to her where it's kind of like you kind of just can't help but like her. You might not like people always complain about the rear view as a finishing move. Fine, not the best finishing move, but whatever.
Hey, I don't have any problems with the rear view.
Really? People, that's the number one thing I keep hearing about her. We don't like the rear view, and I'm like, I wouldn't want anybody's ass in my face. So
I have no problems at all.
And she working with a wagon, so I'd imagine that would hurt. But I
digress. That's okay. I'll take that.
I digress. But no, I liked her running Impact. I like I said, I just hope that when they bring her back, that she's treated a little better. And again, that's definitely needed. If you put her back on SmackDown, that's definitely a place where she could be used. As far as Andrade, I think I told you for some reason I started like binge watching NXT Takeover. It's like I don't know what happened.
Yes, you told me.
Yeah, so I started watching them, and I watched the one. I forgot where I started. Was it like Brooklyn 3? And then I just got to Brooklyn 4. So I watched from Brooklyn 3 all the way to Brooklyn 4. And one of the ones I saw was when Andrade beat Drew McIntyre for the NXT Championship. And I just remember, like, gosh, how much I missed watching Andrade and Zelina together, and how I was so hyped when they went to the main roster, and then it didn't quite work out that way. And so I'm excited, especially now with LWO kind of in pieces. You know, Santos has Humberto and Angel, and then you have Joaquin and Cruz del Toro on NXT. So Zelina Vega all of a sudden kind of by herself again, with Andrade coming back. I mean, that was a good pairing. That was a really good pairing. So I'm really excited. He's super capable in the ring. I know the language barrier is a bit of a problem, but I think if they let him go, like Triple H had booked him in NXT, I don't see why he can't be a big deal in WWE again. Like, you need more people like that, especially if you're trying to cater to different markets. That's a good step in the right direction. He's very capable. He can go. Zelina was really good with him, so I'm excited. I'm really, really excited to see where they go with that. Because, I mean, can you imagine him or if he goes to SmackDown, him and KO? If you want to bring him back as a heel, that's fine. But him and KO, who else can he go against? I'm trying to think from the top of my head.
Well, I mean, you could do
LA Knight.
LA Knight.
Yeah.
Orton. AJ.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
well, AJ's a heel too, so.
Well, is he? He's not.
I guess they're supposed to, like, he's an edgier AJ.
He's an edgier AJ, but I don't know if he's a heel.
Yeah, well, him and Randy would be interesting.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind. I'm excited. I can't wait for him to come back.
Right,
that's good stuff. What about you? How do you feel?
I'm really excited for it. I have a potential WrestleMania matchup already set up for him. So that is definitely something I always liked Andrade. I like him more as a heel though. So let him be the heel person. You mentioned all the matchups already. I think that's pretty much the main reason why I want Andrade back.
Think about him and Sheamus, him and Butch.
Yeah. Him and Tyler Bate. Oh my god.
Yes.
So there's so many things you can do. As far as Naomi, I mean, I want to feel the glow again. That's just basically the way it is. Naomi was considered, one of the best in SmackDown, because that's really where she made her fame from, was her SmackDown run, where she was champion and was like, I don't know if she was main eventing SmackDowns, but she was, the champion and always fighting for the champion. She was like the number one face for a while, I believe. I think that was her run. I think she can continue it. I love the fact she did go to TNA. She was able to, I feel like, help build her character up more. more than just feeling a glow. I'm not exactly sure what story she had over there, so excuse me for not knowing. But whatever she did and built on over there, she can bring back home to the WWE.
She seemed happy over there. Like I remember I saw a clip with her and like Chris Sabin, and she got to go to Mexico and wrestle under a mask. Like she seemed like she kind of got reinvigorated a little bit. And like I said, I think it was a good act of faith for them to allow her to lead her division, because outside of maybe in 2017, she really hasn't gotten that opportunity to lead her division.
That is
it was
true.
Like 2017, and she was on TV and then off, and then her and Sasha won the tag team titles. I mean, that was like what, 5-6 year span of time.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And she had a title, so
yeah. No,
I think that's only gonna help her. I think she's gonna come back and she's gonna have more. Because I mean, remember, she started in WWE. Like she didn't really get anything outside. She went from being a dancer to being in WWE, and then she went somewhere else, and then she's coming back. So that's always a good thing.
Yeah, it's always, at the end of the day, it's always good to come home, right, Sasha? Come home. But no, it's gonna be good for her. I want to say this too, because they are a part of this conversation. I made a New Year's resolution and about wrestling, and that New Year's resolution is that I'm going to start watching TNA. And I'm gonna, I believe they're on Thursdays, so I didn't watch this past Thursday. It's gonna start, it's probably gonna start at their pay-per-view, which is, I believe, the 13th, which is next Saturday. So that's gonna be the first show that I watch, because that's the first official show that they are TNA. And then I'll go watch from there. I gotta find them on TV though, because I'm not sure what channel they are on. I don't know if I'm gonna buy their like WWE Network version. I think it's called TNA Plus. I don't think I'm gonna pay for that. But if that is the way to watch them, then maybe I'll consider it. I'll see, or maybe there's other options. But that is my resolution. I'm gonna watch TNA. I want to be able to experience the great things they got going over there, because I'm hearing good things for sure. So, all right, Sasha.
Here we go. All my suspicions are about to be verified.
Yeah, this is the big show, the big topic of the day. Okay, so we did our quick shits. In this episode now, ladies and gentlemen, our main topic today is that we wanted to preview the year of 2024 in the WWE. Now, this is going to probably consist of predictions. It's going to probably consist of, just things that we see coming. And, we'll kind of lay it out for you. Now, the way I did it, I'm mostly kind of build my WrestleMania card. I kind of stopped at WrestleMania for me, because that's a good 4 months of the year, and I feel like that's after WrestleMania. It's like a new season, so we're not gonna know what's gonna happen in that new season. I mean, yeah, we could kind of predict it, but that's super hard. I kind of just stopped at WrestleMania. I built a card that I think, like I said before, it's probably the greatest card of all time. I think it's the greatest card of all time. So how do I should I start with telling you the card, or should I work to it? I'm trying to think. Actually, yeah.
The floor is yours, Mad King. Go ahead, because I'm just gonna react to all of this.
You're just gonna react. All right, I'm gonna tell you what. So, ladies and gentlemen, this WrestleMania card is what I would do if I was the WWE. If I was Triple H and I had a hand in this.
If he worked there, wink, wink. If he worked there.
If I worked there, I was in charge of creative or had a say in it, or any of that baloney that Sasha wants to spew. I do not work for the WWE. I would love to, though. Triple H, please hire me. I'll text you later. Let's see. Where is my... oh, wow. I can't find it. I had
Come
my
on
note.
now.
Sorry. Okay, here it is. My phone. It's. I just got my phone back. It's just acting up a little bit. Okay, so this is my WrestleMania card. This is what I would do. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is not the official card. This is not what we think is gonna happen. This is just what I would do, and then I guarantee more of it happens. So I would have Roman versus The Rock at WrestleMania. Okay, I would have Seth versus Punk at WrestleMania. Now I don't know which day everything is. I'm just gonna list the matches. I would have Randy versus Cody for the Universal Championship. Okay, I would have let's see.
Whoa. Back up. So Cody versus Randy for the.
I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. I promise you. I'm gonna get there.
Okay.
I'm gonna explain everything. I'm just gonna go ahead and list it real quick. I got Becky versus Rhea for the Women's World Championship. I got Bayley versus Io for the WWE Women's Championship, but that's only if there's no Sasha. Okay. Then I got Bianca versus Jade, but if Sasha comes back, this is for the world title. All right. I got LA Knight versus Logan Paul for the US title. Got Jimmy versus Jay. I got Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn for the World Heavyweight Championship. Okay. Gunther versus Brock. I got Latino World Order versus Legado World Order versus the Los Golden. Oh my God, I can never say that. Los Ingobernables World Order. So that's Andrade's World Order. So it's gonna be 3 different versions of the LWO fighting each other.
Who's gonna be on Andrade's team?
So it's really, when I say those 3, it's really like the leaders of each of them. So it's gonna be Rey versus Santos versus Andrade.
Okay, I was like, who are
I just wanted to give the name. I got to figure out who's going to be a part of that team. We got to find some Spanish people over there to get that to work.
Okay.
Maybe Carlito betrays Ray or something. I don't know. We'll see. I got Judgment Day defending the titles, tag team titles against the Creed Brothers, DIY, and Butch and Tyler Bate. I got Katana Chance and Kaden Carter defending their titles against Kyrie and Asuka and Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. Oh, and Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Another fatal 4-way. Think of it like the classic that showcase they did.
Yeah.
Both titles. I think that's the best way to do it. I got AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens. I got Karrion Kross. This is a flex spot. I got Karrion Kross versus Bobby Lashley. And then the other flex I got is Sasha and Bayley versus Io and Dakota Kai. So that is my WrestleMania card if it was me. The reason why, so let's start with the top. You said you had a little question about Randy versus Cody for the Universal title. So the way I would do it, I would use this fatal 4-way. It's not the best way for Roman to lose the title, but it would be if The Rock was the reason he lost. So The Rock his music would play, Roman would turn around, The Rock doesn't show up, but his music just plays to get inside the tribal chief's head. And then Randy just comes out of here, RKO, and gets the win. He doesn't RKO Roman, actually. He RKOs someone else, but it distracts Roman because of the music. Randy sneaks and gets the win. He becomes the new champion. Roman's reign is over. He's upset. He starts destroying. And now he's going to invite The Rock to the table because he wants to destroy this man.
3 years for it to kind of go like that. And then what about Cody? Like,
Cody gets his title, but he doesn't have to beat Roman for the title. He just needs to win the title. And the best way to do it, I have Roman versus Rock at Mania, because that's obviously you want that match at Mania. Now, I'm going to tell you what they're going to do. This is what I would do. what they're going to do is they're going to have Roman versus The Rock at Elimination Chamber in Australia. Reason why they're going to do it, and it makes sense. Did you know that Australia is going to have only 2,000 less seats than WrestleMania this year?
No, I did not.
That's a huge show. That is a big stadium. And as much as I love Rhea Ripley ain't gonna sell that out by herself. Now it's gonna sell because it's WWE. They don't have a pay-per-view event there, but you want to have a marquee match. And I was thinking about this. This is where I got stuck at with Rhea Ripley at that show. You can have her main event that show, right? But the only way to really main event that show is there's two things. You either have to put her in the Elimination Chamber match, and it kind of ruins that because now you know she's going to win because they doubt she's going to lose in her hometown for the title.
Mm-hmm.
So it just, I feel like that's a waste of the Elimination Chamber. And plus, the major reason why is that if you have an Elimination Chamber match for the women's world title that Rhea has, right? That means that Becky Lynch has to be in that match. And they've been keeping them apart. I like the fact that they've kept them apart. I don't want their first encounter, their first hit on each other to happen in an Elimination Chamber match. I want that to happen at Mania.
So then that would raise the question, where would she go for Elimination Chamber?
Right. So this is my plan for Rhea, and this is why Rock versus Roman should main event. It's going to main event that show. But this is what I would do. She can be the co-main event, and this is how that's going to happen. This is what I would do now. I'm putting that hat back on. I would call if I'm Triple H, I call CM Punk into the office. I say, Punk, respectfully, can I get the phone number of your wife? I'm going to offer AJ Lee 2 matches. I'm going to give him a blank check. I'm going to give her a blank check and say, put whatever money you want. I need you to show up at the Royal Rumble, be a guest star, and I need you to make an appearance on Monday Night Raw the night after. Interact with Judgment Day. CM Punk and AJ Lee, they're just walking. They run into the Judgment Day. They start a little thing. And then we set up AJ Lee versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World title in her hometown. In her home country, I mean, at Elimination Chamber. That gives her a big match, big marquee match in her country. Even though it doesn't main event, she's facing easily a Hall of Famer in AJ. That puts AJ back in the limelight where she can be issued into the Hall of Fame this year. So you're kind of killing 3 birds with 1 stone. And you can bill it as the co-main event to Rock versus Roman, which I think is probably obviously one of the biggest matches of all time. What you think?
I don't hate it, especially since AJ is a very capable talker as well. I don't hate it. I mean, no, I really don't hate it. The only thing I could see that might be on par or bigger is if maybe they had like a mixed tag, because at the same time, it's been a while since AJ's like been in. I know she does like work on the show Heels and everything, and she does the WoW, but like, it's been a long time that she's been like in the ring just for a one-on-one competition. So
that's fine. So the only other match that I had, just in case a singles match didn't work, you do Punk and AJ versus Rhea and Dom. But the only problem is, though, the reason why I didn't want to do that is because unless you have Dom and Rhea steal the win, but it would be kind of hard for Punk to lose. I don't want Punk losing on his way to WrestleMania. That's the only reason why I didn't do that.
I mean, but would he have to lose? Though, can AJ take the pin? Because I don't think she's coming back full time.
Yeah, but I don't think you want any type of L on his resume. You know how they do, and that makes sense. You kind of don't.
But then still, like, but then Rhea's champion too. Like, you don't really want that L on her. So I guess Dom takes the pin.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't want. That's the only reason why I didn't include him in this match. I wanted a singles, it's so that Rhea can get the win over AJ, and Punk is not involved because then he can't catch an L. See what I mean?
But see, I feel like, and this is like going on with a lot of wrestling. I feel like a lot of people, especially when they come back, they go on those little streaks and things like that. You don't pin them, you don't do this, but sometimes it can be unrealistic. Like, he's going to, I think once you get that luster off, okay, now we can just get into it. So I wouldn't mind. Like, if it happens, okay, boom, we knock that off. He's lost before. Like, we've seen it. It's not like
I get that.
A new upstart. We've seen it. It's not gonna be.
It's wrestling. It's wrestling 101. When you make your debut or you do things like that, you don't lose. That's just normal.
I would have been in that case, maybe not have him lose clean. Like, maybe, like you said, Dom and Rhea steal it. Like,
I think.
But then that's totally a heel thing to do, like that. And then imagine, like,
yeah, but I want her to get her. But this is the thing, though. When the reason I book it that way is that so Rhea gets a huge win over a Hall of Famer. It's better for her career that she beat her one-on-one. Don't matter if she's been gone from the game, and that part actually doesn't matter at all. Even if she faced Lita or anyone like that, it doesn't matter. The fact that she beat them one-on-one, it helps her career, and she'll be talking about that forever. So it looks better in a one-on-one situation.
Okay, so AJ and Rhea maybe have Punk and Dom ringside or something.
Yeah, ringside then. That's perfectly fine.
Or maybe not have them ringside, but if Dom comes out, Punk comes out too.
Yes, Rhea still somehow sneaks the win in her home because she gets the big win. I think that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. After Mommy has been carrying the show for a year,
have Rhea leave and then maybe AJ get a little ovation because I don't really see her sticking around very long.
She'll get her flowers at WrestleMania when she's in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. She'll be fine. But that's what I do if I'm Triple H.
Okay.
And then I have Rock and Roman headline that show. Well, I mean, they're going to have Rock and Roman headline that show. And then that would give, speaking on the conversation we had earlier, but that would give the Flames back into the Bloodline story because Roman beating The Rock, he's beating everybody now. He, literally the only person in his family that he needed to beat, he's beat him. Do you understand the ego Roman's going to have even more now? It's going to be at, like, I don't know if you ever watched Dragon Ball Z, but that's Super Saiyan level, Super Saiyan. That's Super Saiyan 4 level. That's Gogeta. That's the top.
So then where do you go from there? If you've pretty much accomplished your goal, like if you beat the most famous person in your family.
Yes. What do you go from there?
Yeah.
You go to the part where he thinks he's unbeatable, but the story must finish. And that's where you go with Cody. And that is how Cody comes back into it. I think that after this thing with Nakamura and Cody doesn't win the Rumble, because I don't know who wins this Rumble. I really don't. Now, in my story, in my WrestleMania card, I have... Wait, what do I have? Who do I have winning the Rumble? I have Okay, in my card, I actually do have Cody winning the Rumble. Because that's the only way he can face Randy. I couldn't think of another way to do it. If you notice in my picks, I did Seth versus Punk, right? But I didn't do it for the title. The reason why I didn't do that is because I actually have Seth losing the title at Royal Rumble to Drew McIntyre. I think they do Drew McIntyre. If I was them, I'd do Drew McIntyre versus Seth for the third time. Let somehow Drew gets to this psycho person. Because what do they call him? What is that?
Psychopath.
The Scottish psychopath. I think we get the psychopath out of Drew McIntyre. He does something that he.
Well, I thought he was winning on day one, boy. They had me for a minute there.
I thought so too. In a really good match. I think he does something at Royal Rumble to win it. To win the match against Seth, become the champion. And I have him defending the title at WrestleMania against Sami Zayn, who he injured. So now we get Sami Zayn to win the title at WrestleMania. That will be his first win, the first championship, and it'll be against Drew McIntyre. That puts them in, that gives Drew his title. He's going to get his props at Royal Rumble because that's the one thing he never got. He never got
his 3-month run, and he'll get to go to Mania as champion. That's not bad.
Exactly. Yeah. Then Sammy gets to win it at WrestleMania, so that gives Sammy his story. That's perfect. Seth and Punk don't need the title for their feud. It's already there. So the title doesn't enhance it any bit, in my opinion. Like, you don't need it at all. So you still get that match. The reason I say Randy and Cody, because it's just, I feel like it's meant to be. The person that it's great for him to win the title. And I know a lot of people say, well, Roman. Well, why? Roman is not his, Roman didn't help build Cody's career. But you know who did? Randy Orton. What a fitting end to the story is Cody beats Randy to become the champion.
I guess I always kind of assumed that it wasn't always so much Roman, it was what Roman stood for. Because, like, as much as, if you go back to Dusty, as much as we celebrate him now, he never got to just kind of be that top draw in WWE, like that top position. So I was kind of just saw it as not so much Roman, but kind of defeating what Roman stands for, which is like you're coming in the time of like the Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior, those mega champions that are just balls behind them, and you're trying to come up and make your way. That's how I always kind of saw it. Not so much Roman,
I
but
understand that. I definitely understand that. And that makes a lot of sense.
I do. I'm excited about Randy and Cody. I wasn't sure if they'd do it so soon. And plus, with Randy just coming back, like a lot of that love is still there for him. Mm-hmm. So I just wonder, like, how would you want to tweak Randy and make him, like, I don't know, how would we make that? Or are they just going to be two faces, like, just going against each other?
So this is the way I would do it is you start seeing little flashes of the old Randy come back. He never does.
People love the old Randy. Exactly. People love that he's fucking psycho.
You start showing those old flashes, but it doesn't happen yet. It doesn't happen. It actually happens. He doesn't fully turn heel. The feud really doesn't start until the night after WrestleMania. Once Randy lost the title. That's when I think that's going to be the feud of the rest of the year. The feud of the summer is Randy and Cody. I think that's what they do. That's what I would do, I'm saying, if I was them. But you start seeing little flashes leading up to it. It's going to be face versus face, but it's okay. It's okay. Because it's two beloved names. And it's a full circle story. I don't think WrestleMania has to always have it. Obviously, it's better when it's face versus heel, but when sometimes it's good to have just face versus face.
No, I mean, I get it. I'm
feel
not
like,
gonna be against Randy versus Cody. Like, I'm not in any shape or form ever gonna be against it. I guess in my head I thought I saw it a little later, but I'm open to seeing if it happens that way.
a full circle story. It started with Randy. I think it'd be perfect to end with Randy, and that's how Cody gets his title. And like I said, I mentioned, so those are the top 4 matches, right? Randy versus Cody, Roman versus Rock, Seth versus Punk, McIntyre versus Sammy. Top 4 matches, right? Right there alone. Give me 4 matches in any WrestleMania that can be on that level. So right there, I already got the greatest right there. But now let's bring in the women. So I'm going with Bianca Jade already. It's not what I wanted to start but obviously with the Charlotte injury, we got to fill that void. So Bianca is going to have to step up, and she's going to have to face Jade, who Bianca's going to win the title somehow leading up to WrestleMania. Jade's going to win the Royal Rumble, and you got Bianca versus Jade at WrestleMania. Boom.
Okay. Pause right there. So
Go ahead.
I know you said, because I too agree with that's not how I would have wanted it so quickly. But let me ask you this. Let's say, for instance, Sasha Banks does come back. What's the bigger match to you? Bianca and Jade or Jade and Sasha?
So that's the thing. Remember when I said this all depends on Sasha, whether she comes back or not? If Sasha comes back, I want Sasha versus Jade.
Okay.
If Sasha doesn't, then you got to put Bianca and Jade. And then if Sasha comes back, then this is what you do. Bayley wins the Rumble, faces Io. Bayley is I will tell you this. Are we going to go in our preview? Do we want to give a prediction of who's going to win? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to give my prediction, my official prediction. So I've been saying this from last year. Who did I say is going to win the Rumble since last year?
Shoot, I don't remember.
Sasha Banks. I said she'll come back.
Yeah, you did say that. That's right.
But I'm going to be realistic here. I think even if she comes back, I don't think she wins it. I think that it's going to be Bayley. I think Bayley's the one that's probably going to win the Royal Rumble.
I mean, she's due for a big win.
Yes, I agree. After what she's done for this company, I believe that
she's due.
It's kind of funny that she's going to get it before Sasha, though. But
yeah, I'm about to say, it's her and Sasha, only 2 horsewomen that haven't won the Rumble.
I mean, it'd be great if it's still Sasha. I have my personal pick for it, and then my official is probably Bayley. It's one of them. They're going to win it this year. But
then my question is, if she wins, she made it clear on SmackDown that
going after Rhea.
Yeah. So
that's
then
that's your storyline. That's
right. So I'm saying, then would you have her storyline wise change her mind and say, how would you get to that with her and Io?
I think that she's gonna. I think what they'll do is they'll probably have it where she's going to keep saying Rhea, but she don't sign the contract yet. And then something happens with Damage Control where they kick her out. And then she tells her, well, I didn't sign the contract for Rhea, but I did for you. And boom. That's how you set up the WrestleMania. You got to do some type of trickery.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll have it where they do both contracts. Kind of like the Batista thing.
Yeah, I mean, she keeps talking about this plan that she has planned. You can't, if it was me, I would make it seem like she's talking about this plan, but it's really like a smoke screen. She sees the writing on the wall. It's right. Kyrie and Asuka and Io, they have a thing, and Dakota's basically an interpreter for Io. So she's already the odd person out. So when she says her plan, she's like, I saw this coming and I had to be one step ahead because I am the leader of Damage Control. I brought y'all together. and I know how to break it apart. So that's how I would do it.
That see, there you go. I like that. I didn't even think about that. That's actually really good.
Because anything less than that would make her look stupid. Like, you did this, and you really, like, everything that's happening, you didn't think that they were going to, nah.
And then
if you're going to go to WrestleMania and have her win the Rumble, she has to look stronger and smarter than that.
And what if part of her plan is bringing back her best friend? Boom. Boom.
To be determined, but yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Hey, she gets back up. She gets her own team. She gets the former tag team champions, Naomi and Sasha, versus Damage Control. Oh shit.
I mean, they could do that at the Elimination Chamber.
They really could.
And then, boom, she still got that in her back pocket. Her and Io at Mania.
And Mania, yo, that'll be it. I love it. Take my money now. I'm telling you.
There you go.
But yeah, I think that's what you have to do. You do something like that, because that was actually pretty genius. I didn't even think about it. I didn't even think about basing it off of her plan. Mm-hmm. It was always her plan. This whole thing. That's smart. That's smart. But yeah, I mean, you do that. And then you got LA Knight, Logan Paul. I mean, that speaks for itself. I think that's pretty much a great match for both people.
No Bad Bunny this year?
No. I don't know what Bad Bunny's plans are. I don't know if he has a tour or anything like that. So I didn't plan for him to be there.
Yeah, and Backlash isn't it France this year?
Yeah, Backlash is in France.
Okay.
I mean, he's always welcome. And that ain't a question. He wants to come onto the card. It don't matter what. We'll kick someone out. I don't give a fuck. It's Bad Bunny. Like, you know what I mean? So it's fine. No Pat McAfee. I don't have him either. You know.
Oh, nuts.
But he could be on commentary. Or you know what? Have Bad Bunny as the referee for the triple threat between the LWOs. There you go.
Just keep the naysayers away from Pat McAfee.
You know, oh yeah. Hey, shout out to Pat, because he did his little Cat Williams moment too on ESPN the other day. I don't know if you know about that, but he went in on his. He spilled some beans up there. So just shout out to what he's done this year at ESPN though. Great job. But yeah, if anything, Bad Bunny in that triple threat be like the special guest referee. Andrade, Rey Mysterio, Santos, LWO. I mean, he's technically a member, right? So he can be the special guest referee.
I guess I'm trying to see how we would shoehorn Andrade in there, but there's no time.
There's plenty of time. I honestly couldn't really think of a story for it, but I just felt like if Andrade's coming back, I gotta put him in somewhere. And I feel like that's like the best kind of thing, because I kind of like him in a faction. I feel like he'd be great as a leader of a faction. Him and Zelina leading a faction.
Is KO on your card?
Yes, I have KO versus AJ Styles.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And this is Lone Wolf AJ Styles. So it's gonna be, I feel like the problem is with this card too that I had is I almost forgot there was so many people.
Yeah.
That there's people I still left off. So like Sheamus is not on my card. I just couldn't figure out something for Sheamus. I almost forgot Karrion Kross and Bobby Lashley. Like I literally almost forgot Lashley.
I wouldn't mind Sheamus and Andrade.
I wouldn't mind that either. That would be great. That would be amazing, actually. And then I have Gunther versus Brock. I mean, they teased that last Royal Rumble. So what if we actually got it? Because you got to have Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. So him fighting for the Intercontinental title and give Gunther his first big win at WrestleMania. Well, second big win at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
The first singles win, I guess you can say.
I could see that.
Like that's a big deal. Don't tell me right now that doesn't sound like the best card ever.
No. I definitely like it.
And if you want to throw Solo in there too as a triple threat, brother versus brother versus brother. Oh my god, because that's another name I didn't put, Solo. because I
I
couldn't
feel like
figure out.
Solo's kind of stalled a little bit. Like they really haven't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they fully capitalized on the whole Cena thing.
Yeah,
You can argue that they have by saying that he's the next tribal chief.
but I mean, you can't really say that with no end in sight for Roman. So
Right.
he could be waiting
Yeah.
like 50 years for that.
So the thing is, Roman would beat The Rock, obviously, right, at WrestleMania. But what if to turn, and then obviously Roman's gonna say goodbye, like he's gonna leave. What if you do Solo taking it from Roman like in the night after Raw or something, the Monday night after Raw, Thursday or the Friday after or something? That's your
good
third.
on that. I'm good on that.
Solo takes the table from him. Just boom.
He's barely said 2 words.
Hey, he wants it now. It's all part of the. Speaking of plans, it was all part of Paul Heyman's plan.
I don't know.
Let's
table that. No pun intended.
But I have nothing for. I didn't have anything for Solo. I couldn't think of a match for Solo. So the only thing I could think of right now was maybe you just make the brothers a triple threat. You know, that would be pretty cool either way.
I don't know. Maybe not a triple threat. Like keep it Jamie and Jay, but like
him there.
Yeah, like let him play a role in the match. I don't think he really belongs like actually in the match itself. Like I don't think it should be a triple threat, but just kind of have something there, you know?
Yeah, I mean that's fine. I don't know. I feel like after the Cena match, I feel like he just kind of after that moment, it's kind of. I just don't know where to put him besides into that.
Do you
match.
Do you think it's detrimental to keep him in the bloodline, or do you think that might be holding him back a little bit?
It's only holding him back because Roman's there. That's why you have to eliminate Roman.
But even when he wasn't there, they weren't.
Even when he wasn't there, the story still circled around Roman. Like it still went back to Roman.
So that's why that you have Jimmy and Jay, and then maybe he helps Jay, and I'm not saying that he turns completely face, but kind of breaking that bond and going on his own. I still think he does well as the stoic Solo Sikoa. He can still be a badass, but to kind of distance himself from to kind of break that bond and say, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I see what my brother has done. Jay broke out.
Yeah.
And he went somewhere else and did his own thing, and he wasn't bound by the bloodline anymore. But then I see Jimmy, he's kind of like still kind of hold on to that glory and trying to follow Roman, and he's just kind of doing what Roman says. He's not really getting anywhere. He's not saying he's getting anywhere. He's not. No one's calling him main event Jimmy Uso, whereas Jay was brave enough to leave and go out on his own, and he's flourishing. And then Solo's like, I want a piece of that. And the only way I know how to do it is to distance myself. Like, he's so quiet and stoic, but he's also very intelligent. He has to see the writing on the wall. He can't be oblivious completely to how Roman is.
Well, what's good with that is what if during the lead up to Rock and Roman at Mania, right? And this whole thing that I've built, Rock helps them realize that. He talks, during his promos, he starts saying things like, Solo, you could be so great, but you're following this tribal chump, this tribal bub, and stuff like that. And, Solo starts kind of distancing himself away from Roman because of things that The Rock is saying and is kind of reaching him. And then that falls into the point you're saying where he knows he sees the writing on the wall, and he thinks that Roman's going to lose. So he kind of separates and leaves the bloodline, and now it's just Roman on his own, where Roman is now at his most vulnerable versus his greatest adversary, which would be The Rock.
Yeah, and have it be subtle. Don't let it be that distance to be that obvious.
Yeah, of course.
Let him still kind of stay silent and stoic, but he's very good non-verbally. Like his facial expressions. And then kind of extend it out. I like that, having The Rock kind of plant that in his head.
I think
because, like I said, The Rock, if you want to throw it back to history, The Rock was a part of the Nation and he didn't really break out until he left the nation, because he didn't join the nation as the leader. Like, that was Farouk. So he's like, I've been where you've been. I had to join up with some people to kind of get my foot in the door, but then I saw if I wanted to be a megastar, I had to get out on my own. I had to get out from under that.
Yes.
So,
yo, look at you, Sasha. Okay, maybe you were for Triple H.
I know.
The Bailey thing, the Rock thing. Okay.
Call me Triple H. Call me Sean.
Okay.
The stay-at-home mom gig ain't paying like it needs to. Call me. I'll put in the work. I'll do it.
I'm just saying, like, that sounded good. We work good together. Okay, I'll build the matches. You build the story. There you go.
There you go.
I'll just say, look, all right, Sasha, look, we're gonna do Jinder versus Kevin Owens. Build the story. That's it.
Well, it's not to work miracles, but I could try. I'm just saying, Dream Team, 94 Rockets. Let's do it.
But I'll just say, like, at the end of the day, though, like, I mean, I put a 14 match card together. So it's about, they usually do about 15, 16. So, you know, I split it up 7-7. However way, I don't really, obviously Rock and Roman would be my WrestleMania night 2 main event. Mm-hmm. Night 1 can be Seth versus Punk or Cody versus Randy. I don't really care. It'll probably be Randy versus Cody, so Cody gets that moment. But yeah, I mean, I feel like this card, if this was put together, would be amazing. That would be one of the. It's better than 17 because each match is like.
Whew, that's hefty.
Yeah, I know there's a lot to say, but it's true. I mean, just think about it. When the third match of your card is probably going to be Gunther versus Brock Lesnar. Like, come on now. Or Bianca versus Jade is like the fourth match of your card. That's saying something.
Should you have maybe on the kickoff show? So I'm not against them having these battle royals, especially if they have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I'm not against it. I would just want them to
earn something.
Earn something other than the trophy. You know, like give an incentive. Like, oh, if you get this, you get a shot at the Intercontinental to U.S. title or something like that. That would be, you know, a fairly big deal. Even with the women, if you want the women's, I know that there was controversy. They named it after Moolah. I mean, they could name it after Sherry if they wanted to. I mean, they already named the Mae Young Classic. They could do the Sherry Martel Memorial Battle Royal or something like that. You want to go
name
there?
It after Trish. I mean, that's thank you, Trish. You know, we call it the Thank You, Trish Battle Royal. Hey,
I don't know if I want to do that, but no, I mean, just kind of, you know, I feel like Sherry, she was a pioneer too. Or if you wanted to name it after like Alundra Blaze or I don't know, somebody like that. Because if you're going in the same vein like Andre, you're throwing it back. So that's why I assumed they want to keep it like that. But
yeah, we look, I'm tired of the old age. Okay, we need to start honoring the people that are here today. Let's just go ahead and call it the Mercedes Mone, you know, Battle Royal. Let's just do it. The Charlotte Flair,
the Queen. Sherry Martel Memorial Battle.
I'm tired of no more old people. Like, let's go. We got a new generation here. Let's honor them.
If they win, they get a title shot. Maybe at the next major. I mean, we got
the night after Raw, the Monday night after Raw.
Maybe the night after, or maybe at the next PLE or something. So maybe if you have Naomi come back, I mean, she's probably not gonna win after the PLE, but boom, there you go. Because what do we always say? After somebody has their match, where do we go next? That's a good way to start building towards the next thing.
I'll be honest, that was another name. I forgot. I couldn't figure out a way for Naomi to get on the card. So that's just how stacked this roster is.
Yeah, if you want to have her come back and win the Battle Royal, and then she has a title shot.
I don't want her in the Battle Royal though. We got.
She's won one before WrestleMania.
Yeah, but she bigger now. You know what I'm saying? She bigger. We gotta put her on the card somewhere. I'll figure out a way to put her on the card. Maybe put her and Sasha as a tag team or something. I don't know.
Okay, well, if you don't want Naomi to be in the Battle Royal, have Nia Jax in the Battle Royal. Or if she comes back, Raquel Rodriguez or Liv Morgan.
Liv Morgan. Even though I think Liv's going to be back soon too. So yeah, I agree. I think that for the card that I built, like I said, I keep hyping it up, greatest card of all time because it is. It's true. But now I just want to focus. Is that, like I said, people, that's what I would do. But let's talk about what we actually think is going to happen.
Wait, one more thing. And if you have a men's battle royal, have Shinsuke win. Because he's been putting in that work.
Got you.
All right, okay.
So let's talk about what we actually think is going to happen. Because that was all, my wants and everything. And we touched base on it a little bit with the whole Rock and Roman at Elimination Chamber. But what else is going to happen? We're previewing 2024. We obviously have the big pay-per-view, one of the biggest pay-per-views, Royal Rumble, coming up. Sasha, I'm not going to officially ask you your pick, who's going to win the Rumble. This doesn't have to be your official answer, because I know we still got some time. But I need to hear at least something. Where are you leaning at right now?
I don't know, but I like that I don't know. I legit don't know.
You don't that's how I'm at.
Yeah, because it's like you could make an argument for a lot of people. Punk could win it and challenge Seth. Cody could win it and challenge Roman again. Drew can win it again and really finally have that. I really do like him and Sammy, and I wouldn't mind if Sammy came back in the Rumble and cost Drew his chance.
Yeah.
And then they go from there. Like, I wouldn't mind that. But I do think Drew McIntyre should be champion at some point this year. So that's why I'm not totally against it. Gosh, other than those, though, I don't know. Who else could do? What do you think? Who else could, out of Punk, Cody, Drew?
Punk, Cody, Cody. The thing is, like, even if they, no, I don't know. I really don't.
Yeah, that's the cool part about it. You don't know.
I don't. What's the crazy thing is, I don't know if I see either one of them winning though.
I could see that. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Because it's like, I want Cody, but then it's like, I don't know if I want Cody to win 2 years in a row.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I can bring the negative as to why they shouldn't win. Like, Cody doesn't need. I get why,
Triple H.
but then how the hell do you get Cody to face Roman? Because that's
if he wins, then he can pick him. Like,
no, I know, but I feel like that's too easy. To have Cody,
or maybe have him lose again. And then, so maybe have somebody win and then challenge Seth, and then Cody gets into the Elimination Chamber the next month, and then whoever wins that challenges Roman.
That's kind of how I figured they'll do. Somehow Cody gets into the Elimination Chamber. Somehow, I don't know if they do like an injury story where someone gets hurt. And because Cody's there, Cody says he'll enter, he'll take the place, and then he wins it. Like, kind of like the Kofi. Wait a minute. I just thought of it. I just figured it out. Okay. Hear me out. They have an Elimination Chamber match for the SmackDown for the winner to face Roman, right?
Okay.
Randy Orton gets hurt. And Cody takes his place.
So that would fuel for Randy to come back and go against Cody. Back
and turn heel and go against Cody. All this time, Cody, all that time from Elimination Chamber to WrestleMania, Randy's hyping him up, but deep down he's fucking pissed. Then what the turning point is when Cody wins the title. Randy comes out the night after or SmackDown after, and he's there to celebrate Cody, and then he hits him with the RKO. Boom! We got our feud.
As long as they don't allude to the fact that Randy would come back. Like, if he's in the middle of the celebration and Randy just comes back surprisingly, then that would work.
I think that
you
could
want any indication that Randy's coming out there before.
That's fine. That's perfectly fine. I think that could be something they do. Because it's only I don't want Cody to win the Rumble. I don't. I'm not that I'd be mad, but I just don't want him to win it. And then, to be honest, I don't want Punk winning it because I don't think that match needs the title.
No, I agree.
But
so then, who's left?
Do you think Punk? They're gonna main event with Punk?
Oh, at Mania night 1.
Yeah. Night 1. You think that's Punk and Steph?
I don't see why not.
Okay.
I don't see why not. As much as we say JD Bianca is a big money match, I think with the circumstances, I think Seth and Punk would probably be suitable for night 1.
Okay, so that's fine. So then, are we pretty much locked in that they're gonna do Cody Roman night 2, Seth and Punk night 1? That's pretty much locked in stone for us. I think that's.
Yeah, but do you think locking Cody and Roman in takes? I mean, but I guess people still want to see Cody win, so maybe that's not going to take.
Yeah, I think we want Cody to finish that story. He has to become. It is WrestleMania 40. You got to have a big time thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, now let's shift to the women's side. For the Royal Rumble for the women, like I said, we're not locking down our picks. I'm probably leaning now towards Bayley though, for me. But I can make a case for Jade. I can make a case for Liv Morgan. Because she was the one that hurt Rhea. You can go Becky. You can make a case for Becky. Let's see. I mean, they kind of doing. I don't know if they're doing like a comeback story for Becky or something. They had her take the L to Nia, which I thought was the right decision.
Me too.
But you could do that.
I'd go Bayley though. I feel like that story would be.
The Bayley one feels like the best one.
Yeah.
Especially the way you explained it. Like how you would do it. I like that. I really like that.
Yeah, I just Okay, so we said Roman and Cody. And who did we have as the Seth and Punk don't have the title? Who did we say that they're probably going to do?
If Seth doesn't have the title, I would think it would be McIntyre and Sammy for the title. So Sammy can get. That's what I think. Because I think they're building Sammy versus Drew at Mania.
So my question to you is, how long does Sammy keep the title?
After that? It doesn't need to be long.
Are we talking the night after or?
Oh, well, I think I'll tell you this because I'm assuming you're talking about for your boy.
Logically it makes sense because if he were to cash in, both McIntyre and Sammy have foiled him cashing in,
right,
on separate occasions. So that
would
make sense.
Better. It would make better sense that he cashes in on Sammy or Drew than cashing in on Seth or Punk. Like I feel like
I'm okay with that because that would logically make sense. Because like I said, Drew just cost him, and then Sammy's cost him before.
Right. So if that's like long-term storytelling right there.
And you could either do it Mania, like really, I'd let Sammy have his moment. Well, no, I mean, it can go either way. Yeah, because if you let Sammy, man, but then he's
I
a
mean,
heel
you
now.
could
Like,
do it. You could do it the night of, literally right after the match. That's never
yeah,
happened.
because then I'm trying to think, like, if you do it the night after, that would be assuming that Sammy would be wrestling, because it wouldn't make sense for him to give Sammy time to prepare, to say,
Right.
okay,
I
I'm
mean,
going to
well,
challenge you tonight. Like, I'd want to take advantage of Sammy when he's vulnerable.
Well, that's true too. With Sam, Sammy, he's gonna be a fighting champion, so he probably would fight the next night.
Or maybe he demand a rematch, and then that's when.
Yeah, I could see that, something like that. Or Drew mad that he lost the title. He doesn't even need a match. Let's be
Or he
honest.
beats him up. Okay, kind of like when Punk cashed in a couple years ago.
When Edge got beat up by Batista.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, that would be good.
They could do that. So I mean, that would be great. That's another reason too to have the title off of Seth.
Yeah. Oh, and they could have that start the show, like on Raw, to celebrate their new champion. And then Drew just comes out, wails on Sam, and boom, have Damian cash in. That would be a memorable start.
That would be a memorable start. I mean, I feel like that's perfect.
Let's update our resume, man. Let's do this.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go, because I don't want your boy to. I don't mind if he loses the cash-in, but the thing is, I just don't want it to be for nothing. Make it make sense if he used to lose it, or make it make sense that he wins. So
I feel like it's a waste if he loses it though, because he's held it for a long time.
Yeah, but I don't want because you have the Money in the Bank to be you automatically win it. There got to be some losses, but because no, I know, and at least for the most, well, not for the most part. I'm not gonna say it because some of them just didn't make sense, but. I think with him being featured on Raw, so I mean, this is a man. I don't know. Fun fact, if you know this, but he had the most Raw victories all year in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
He's won the most. So they're obviously pushing him. They're pushing the whole team. Judgment Day. So it just feels like that's the best thing to do. It's him actually winning. Would I be upset if he lost it? No, but as long as it makes sense that why he lost it, then that's fine. But I feel like the way that we laid it out, that plan, I feel like that's perfect. I think that would be a great start this year.
But then, okay, so I'm not trying to be biased towards Damian. If you have him lose, though, we just had Austin Theory lose last year. Like, he was Mr. Money Bank, and then he lost last year. He didn't even cash in for the main title. He cashed in for the U.S. title. So do you really want to have 2 years in a row where your person that wins Money in the Bank loses?
No, I wouldn't want that. But like I said, as long as it makes sense of why he loses, okay. Austin Theory losing it I don't know. Did he lose it or did he won it? Did he win the U.S. title? I can't remember. No, yeah, he did. He did win it.
He cashed in on the contract on Rollins for the U.S. title, but was unsuccessful, partially due to interference from Lashley. Yep, he didn't win it.
Oh, he didn't win it. Okay,
No.
Well, that didn't make sense. So it was dumb. This would actually make sense if it's done, if they do something storyline wise, where it's like Judgment Day causes him the title. You know what I mean? I think that could be something. That could be a story where it's Damian Priest out of Judgment. Maybe there's their way to kick him out if he wasn't to win. Like they lose the tag team titles at Mania. Because let's just say I had them in that Fatal 4-Way, right? What if they put them in a tag team title match at Mania? Let's just say Creed Brothers or DIY. Okay. What if they're leading up to that match? There's dissension going on. And then the breaking point was them losing the titles. So then Finn and Dom and Rhea, they kick him out. And they cost him the thing. As long as it makes sense, I'm fine with it. It just has to make sense. I would
still go with him in there. I would still want him to cash in and beat Sammy. Let Sammy have his moment at WrestleMania. Beat him the next night, how we said. But then there's still... Maybe have Judgment Day lose the tag team titles or something. And then now it's like Dom is not US, he's not North American champion anymore. Rhea is really going to be the only person with the title unless Damian cashes in and wins. But then did Finn instantly forget that he still hasn't been champion since he lost? Like, could that be a reason? Could that carry over into partially the summer where, okay, look, Damian, he's world champion. This is what we wanted, but isn't that still kind of stuck in your craw that you weren't that person to do it?
Yeah. That sounds great too. That sounds really great. I mean, I feel like we just built like the from Mania to at least SummerSlam. Right there. I like that idea.
Because then I guess my question is, if you were going to go with, we're going to kick him out because I would think you'd at least want to have that shine first and then kind of have that jealousy take over.
Yeah.
And then have Finn be like, okay, look, we don't have the tag team titles anymore. It's Rhea, it's Damian. What about the rest of us, you know? And plus JD's there, and then, I don't know. I would go with that one over kicking him out and costing him the money in the bank before that.
No, I like that. I like that idea. Yeah, I think we should just make you the Damian Priest, like you're like the Paul Heyman.
Don't do me like that. You're
the Paul Heyman of Damian Priest.
I am an unbiased journalist.
You know how to book him. It's just like when, like Roman only lets Paul Heyman book him. Like,
okay, but I just booked Bailey. And I just booked somebody else too. I forgot what else I said.
Yeah, but no one can book Damian Priest like you.
I mean, all I have to do is meet him, and then But anyway, yeah, I just don't see the point in having him just lose it like that. If Austin Theory hadn't lost it last year, I'd have been like, okay, it's been a while. But if you're also trying to use this to build people, I think it has to make sense. And plus, it's like if you break Judgment Day, what are you going to do with Finn Balor and them after that? This would at least give him something to do afterwards. Like,
we basically built storylines for at least like 10 people.
I still want them to separate those tag team titles, by the way. If we can figure out a way to do that, maybe have like Nick Aldis or something say, it's great that we have, the undisputed tag team titles, but he's also kind of been sticking it to Roman Reigns, so then why wouldn't he stick it to Judgment Day too? It's like,
I think
they're primarily on Raw, so why would he not try to say, look, this is all good and stuff, but I need a more consistent tag team on my show? So
nah, I know, but it's just easy. It's too easy just to say I want my own titles. What if they just do it an old school fashion way? You get Finn Balor and you get Damian Priest, and they get pinned at the same time by two different teams for two different brands, and that's how you split it up. So you get, let's say, DIY, and you get who's on SmackDown? Name it Pretty Deadly or something. Oh no, Tyler Bate and
Butch. Yeah.
And they pin Damian Priest and Finn Balor at the very same time.
So maybe do that at Elimination
2,
Chamber.
3, and you split the titles right there.
So would you have that tag team? So would you do that at Elimination Chamber, or would you do that at WrestleMania?
I do that at Mania.
Okay.
Because I want them on the card. I want that. I don't have space to have two title matches for the men. I don't have, according to my booking. Now, if you do two different tag team matches, I feel like you're going to take space away from other people.
So could you do?
So have that happen at Mania. Do a triple threat Mania, and then those two teams they pin Damian and Finn at the same time. Split the titles. There's a whole controversy, and then that's where they decide to let's split the titles because obviously they're both champions because they both pinned them at the same time. So let's just make those guys the official champions for my respective brand, and then boom, it just
I feel like that's the best way to do it. Because just saying, "Oh, I'm just going to add SmackDown titles," well, that kind of defeats the purpose of having Universal titles or undisputed titles.
I mean, but they did that with Roman, though.
Yeah, but that's Roman Reigns. That's Roman.
I feel it's a little clunky though to have them pin them at the same time. Like maybe
they can do it. It's. I mean, it's going to require timing, but you're also looking at all those guys that are in that match are like top of the pro list, vets. Like,
but if you're talking about just having a triple threat, you're gonna have what? Judgment Day. You said what? DIY
and Butch and Tyler Bate.
What about AOP?
AOP, I haven't decided what they're gonna do with them yet.
That would be a pretty big deal to put them in the
match.
But
I want Judgment Day against two face teams. There's got to be two face teams that bring the titles away.
But that's what I'm saying. This is just me. I would try to have it before WrestleMania.
I don't want to have. I need that space. I need that time. I need that in one match instead of two, because then that means you're gonna have to defend both titles at Mania. And if I do that, that's gonna take away another match that I can be putting like Kevin Owens and AJ Styles in. So I'm doing it to limit space because I have too many people. I got too many mouths to feed. I can't feed everybody if I put two different tag team matches when I could just make this one match and then break the titles in that. That's what I'm saying. Plus, I still got the women's tag team match. Like it's too many. It's too many right now. I gotta have AJ Styles on the match. I gotta have Sheamus. I gotta have Solo. I gotta have Kevin Owens. I gotta have all these people. I gotta have.
My thing is and I feel like a heel for saying this against the women. Like, how many women's tag teams do we have outside of Katana? Well, I mean, I know we have Alba Fry and Alba Fire and Isla, but they really haven't been.
Well, they did the promo thing, so they're coming back. Then we got the Kabuki Warriors. We got Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Like, you just forgot about one of our women of the year.
No, I didn't forget. I just
come on now. We got Feel the Glow, the Boss Glow, or wherever.
I don't know if that's gonna happen. No, that's all contingent. I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying, potentially we'll have that. It's just a potential. You know, we still can do. If we got to bring up some NXT women, we got some NXT women. Obviously, we got our tag team champions, Kaden Carter, you know, and Katana Chance. I mean, we got some women up here. We still got the returning Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Don't forget them. They're a tag team. We got the Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler. They've been working. We got Tegan Knox, Tegan and Natty. And don't forget about my girl Dakota Kai.
She gonna be clear, and I guess Indy and Canada. I mean, they have the people, but are they gonna do it?
We got time to build it. There's plenty of things they can do. There's plenty of ways they can go. It's all exciting. I think that, you know, at the end of the day, like, just sum it all up. We got our preview of 2024. We're just gonna say that it's gonna be a hell of a fucking year. I can just tell you that. You know, we wrapped it up. We got Roman and Cody at Mania where we were previewing. We got Seth and Cody. We got potentially Drew McIntyre and Sammy for the title with a cash in by Damian. A Judgment Day, you know, teasing breakup, dissension for the rest of the year. Randy Orton, Cody dissension for the rest of the year. I mean, the women's tag team division, the potential of Sasha with Bianca and Jade and Bayley winning the Rumble with her plan all along was to cash in on EO. And oh my God, we did a lot of things tonight, Sasha. We did a lot of things. We placed a plan that I think Triple H honestly, I mean, I still don't understand why my offer hasn't come in yet. I've already applied for a writer at WWE. I went to their career page and did it. I mean, I just don't understand.
I mean,
really,
hey, I don't say I would be excited if you got in there. That'd be cool.
it would be amazing. That's a dream come true. To be honest with you, that would be everything. If I could be, I just want to work for WWE. I don't even give a damn about anything else. But I don't even care what. I could be the water boy. I don't care. I just want to work for WWE. That'd be awesome.
I think I tweeted that last year. I'm like, you know how sometimes people tweet things and then they come back like a couple years later and it came true?
Yeah.
I tweeted that. Like, I'd love to work there. That's always my dream when I was a kid, was to have Vince McMahon sign my checks. I never really clarified doing what, but
well, at least part of the dream could still happen.
hey,
I don't think Vince signed the checks no more, but it's okay.
it's all relative.
It's all family, you know. So hey, it's all good. But yeah, Sasha, I think we did a pretty good job. First episode, season premiere episode, season 2, Ring Champs. You know, we brought some heat today. We brought some heat. We brought a good preview. I think we talked really well about, and we treated her with respect, which is what we should do every time. But we treated Sasha Banks with respect. Mercedes Mone, I'm sorry, she's not officially Sasha yet. But we treated her with the respect that that is well deserved. The best woman in the world right now, Mercedes Mone. But yeah, I like what we did. The plan, the whole Gato, the whole LWO triplets. Like I like that plan. I think that's gonna come through. Feeling the glow with Naomi. My New Year's resolution of watching TNA. Do you have any wrestling resolutions, real quick?
Just to try to enjoy it. Like, continue to enjoy it. Continue to have fun. I want to be surprised more. Like, I want to just be in the moment. The new state where I live, they don't really have wrestling shows up here, so that's kind of a drag. But no, I just want to enjoy it. Just be in the moment, and I still hope that we can go to a PLE and be in like the press conference room. That would be cool. That would be awesome.
I'm gonna try to get into the AEW one.
Yeah, because I think Money in the Bank is going to Toronto, right?
Yes, that was the big announcement by Triple H that he said would be at 8:00 that night, and it happened at like 12. But yes,
I just got to get my passport together. But hey, maybe we take Ring Champs to Toronto.
He made me watch that preview show, by the way. For nothing.
I didn't make you do anything.
No, not you. I said he.
Oh, I was about to say, I wasn't watching it. I was going to wait for you to watch it.
He made me watch that preview show. I'm waiting for him to pop up. He never popped up.
How did that go? Like, what?
It was he announced on Twitter or X, whatever we want to call it, that they were going to Toronto. But the whole week they were saying the news was going to be broken on the preview show. He never showed up on the preview show. I guess he announced it early, so he doesn't have to be on the preview show.
Oh, that was kind of good.
That was the only. I was like, what the hell, Trips? I just watched this shit for nothing.
Damn, okay.
But it was all good. Punk did have a nice little interview, and he talked about Seth a little bit, so it was pretty cool. But it was. Other than that, it's been a good week. It's been a good first week of wrestling. We got a lot coming up with Royal Rumble, Mania, Elimination Chamber, all that. The TNA Hard to Kill pay-per-views next week. We just had the New Japan Wrestle Kingdom. They had their event. Dolph Ziggler showed up over there. Don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, I heard.
Riddle is going to be joining New Japan as well. So those were shocking to see. Dolph Ziggler showing up at Wrestle Kingdom was shocking as hell. I popped for that one. I didn't believe. I actually stood up at 3:30 a.m. From 2:30 a.m. to like 7 in the morning to watch that show live. So
I hear that the time. I wonder what they're gonna do about the time for Elimination Chamber.
That shit starts in the morning, like 6:30 in the morning. So yeah.
So 6:30 your time?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
I think it's like, I'm pretty sure it's like 6:30. I know it's early in the morning. So I forgot
I'm
about
gonna
that.
just turn my phone off that whole day so I can actually watch the show.
You're gonna have to, because I think I'm off that day. If my schedule works out, I should be off. So if I am, I can watch that live. I'll just wake up and watch it. But it depends, because if it's Rock and Roman, I might call out if I'm working. I don't care. I'll tell you that.
I'm just thinking about, like, I wouldn't mind staying up. It's just like I know these kids are gonna be up like at 8.
Hey, you better put some melatonin in there and stuff. Hey, you better lock their door and keep them in their room. They ain't coming out. You eat them until the match is over.
And just leave a trail of snacks by their door.
Yeah, just cook for them at like 4:30 and put it in their room.
My kids are obsessed with me, so I don't really think, like, they don't let me do anything by myself.
Well, they're gonna let you watch that match that day. Oh no, they lock in their rooms.
Every year I say I'm gonna watch Mania by myself. Nah, every year I say the same thing. I'm gonna watch Mania by myself, leave me alone, and then I turn like somebody's laying underneath me, asking me questions. It happens every year. So I don't really feel confident about it.
I'm gonna buy you some tape. We're gonna put some tape over their mouths.
That'll stop them.
That is what we're gonna do. We're gonna figure something out. I'm gonna buy you a door lock and just lock yourself in the room.
Give me one of those like fingerprint ones.
That works. I can do that. I work at Lowe's. I can do it. There you go. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of our season premiere episode, Ring Champs. Can't wait for the rest of the season. Got so much more to do, so much planned. Just remember, you guys can listen to us on Spotify. You can listen to us on Apple Podcasts. We're on YouTube. One of the things that me and Sasha have agreed to do and talked about is that we're going to be just more active. Especially me. I need to be more active on social media. Just help promoting and stuff like that. So whether it be on TikTok, whether it be on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, Instagram, I'm going to do a lot more work with that. I do have a project I am working on that I think is going to help add to the show, and it's going to be mostly focused on our YouTube channel. But I'll disclose some information about that in a few episodes. Still working out the kinks and how that's going to work out. But I think that's going to add to the whole experience of the Ring Champs podcast. So other than that, Sasha, do you have any last words for the season premiere after our season premiere season 2 episode?
Nope. 2024. Let's just make it a good one.
All right, there you go, people. So thank you so much for listening. We love you guys, and let's just have a good wrestling year. We out of here. Yeet.
Adios.